What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction. Back with some late 90s melodic / progressive trance, or just, I suppose, melodic progressive trance. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's very nostalgic for me. I played it at some of the parties in my initial phase of like playing actual events, which was from like 99 to 04. And then again, in the last like dozen years or so, I played some more events again. But yeah, it's one that I hold in very high regard. There are a number of remixes of this tune and other versions from the original release. We're going to listen to the club mix, which is my favorite. It's on the German trance label Go For It, which I have a number of really like epic mid to late 90s trance tracks on. And yeah, of all the versions, this is by far my favorite. It's really interesting because it's very emotional. It has a very tender main melody, although it also has a bit of, not mystery, but it's a bit otherworldly at the same time, and the kick drum for a melodic progressive trance tune is remarkably thunderous. It has a real bite to it, so it's got a lot going on. But when it really gets into it, there's a part where it sort of mimics a heartbeat, and the Love Stimulation feels like a very good name. So here we go. This is Kay Cee, Love Stimulation, the club mix from 1998 on German trance label Go For It. You'll hear a bit of there's some surface noise cyclically because the edge of the record is a bit warped, but when we get a minute or so into it, you won't hear that anymore. But again, that kick. I like the crickets. That vocal leads in when you're mixing out of another track very well. Because if anyone knows it, it's like, oh, okay, Love Stimulation is coming. Bit of a gallop to it. The kick drum is so loud, or so forceful. Let's try this again. Every progressive slash melodic trance tune, you get a full intro and outro, so you can always begin or end a set with just about any track in this style. They rarely just drop off with like a kick, hat, and a clap, and then that's it. Which techno tracks do that a lot. Which is not really a knock on techno tracks. It's just saying that you gotta find ones, or you gotta bring in a sample or something at the end to give it a proper end to the mix. In any case, although I say that, at parties, by and large, someone's going to come after you, unless you play the 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. set, in which case, you're ending the party, which, I've never actually done that. I've spun as late as, I think, 3 to 4, or something like that, but I don't think I've ever spun the very final set where, again, it's on you to kind of end the party in a big way. So, oftentimes when you mix, it's your last tune someone else is going to go out of, which is always fun. When you're starting your set is, I always took it as a sort of challenge. Okay, what they're playing, or what are they playing? All right, I'm not going to change the tempo too much or anything. I'm going to find a creative way to mix in, even if the BPM is different from what I'm about to do, or I would always try to find an interesting way to mix in. I think the best of which is, there was a time where a guy before me was mixing a similar type of trance, hard trance. So it wasn't too hard with the tempos, but I mixed into the main drop of Nervous Breakdown by The Shrink, and that was how I went from his last record into my first one, and it set the place ablaze. But obviously this is a very different type of tune. I believe I played it at maybe 3 or 4 parties, and they were basically very melodic trance events, where a lot of the DJs were playing melodic and progressive trance, and one of them was a forest party, so it's a tune that I think works very well outdoors. I think you can still play it in an indoor venue. You just it has to be the right sort of atmosphere at the party. If someone just played a set of Blazing Gabber, you're probably not gonna find a lot of the same crowd that instantly want to hear something like this. Although I say that, I'm definitely into both genres, so what do I know? I do know what tunes are good. I would say this or that is one of them. Do let me know if you agree, and I will see you next time. Peace.